Lost, Jobs, and Parenthood. Or behind the mic, I'm Shada, annoying Orange, Raven the Bold, and Paranorman. And he's also the voice of Finn on Adventure Time.
What time is it?
You've seen our next guest, our second guest, as on Wizards of Waverly Place, Lost, Grey's Anatomy, Jane Doe, melodic pipes on Space Chimps 1 and 2 and Raven the Bold, Zachary Shada. In front of the camera, he's appeared on dozens of television classics as Get Smart, The $6 Million Man, Hogan's Heroes, Happy Days Bewitched, and the cult classic Westworld. He's the voice of Scooby-Dum, Mighty Mouse and Ming the Merciless. In the Never-Ending Story, he was the narrator, Falcor, Mork, and Rockbiter, and he's Skeletor. Host of the Ken Snyder and PD Snydecast. You've heard him on Adventure Time, The Venture Brothers, Squidbillies, Minority of Super Jail, Chowder, and Cookies. And for the past decade, he's been the only voice of the one and only Master Shake.
Woo! Rule your face! Hello, turkey!
So I guess we'll start with some questions for all of you guys. For all of you, what came first, doing impressions or creating voices? Did one start before the other?
I'm sorry, what?
You should sit further away from us if at all possible, too. They're not quite far away enough.
My first question is, what came first, doing impressions for you or creating your own voices? It's for everybody, but I'm looking at you.
Okay.
No, like you're starting out.
Well, when I was little, I used to get out of being in trouble in elementary school because I was like, however old you are when you're a little kid, whatever you are, I don't know, 5, what do you know, maybe 6 years old or something? Well, my principal, William Moore, at Cyril S. Wingert Elementary School, I would get out of trouble because I had a John Wayne impersonation and a W.C. Fields impersonation, and here's the twist, also a Mae West impersonation. Each of the impersonations were only one line, and I would do them, and then he would bring me up to his office and then laugh and send me back to class for whatever I was in trouble for in the first place. So impressions.
Jeremy.
Well, I mean, for the most part, Finn's pretty close to my normal voice, so I guess I just kind of started doing that. But the impressions thing and whatnot comes farther down the line. For instance, that stuff happens later on. I love doing impressions of fellow voice castmates too, like that. For instance, Tom Kenney and the X-King. Gonzo, what are you doing?
I started doing impressions. Excuse me. That's an early impression. I started doing impressions when I was very young. I used to do Bogart and Jack Benny, and Bogart, he was kind of like that. And Jack Benny I did too, complete with the take. But then I got into cartoons later on in life. And when Skeletor was first created, he was not a comic villain at all. He was just a straight villain, but I have a hard time doing villains without some humor. And so I did it the first time, and ad-libbed some humor, and then they began to write it, and Skeletor turned out to be a comedic villain. And that's kind of the way it was.
Those two guys think they're being applauded for leaving. Give them applause anyway for getting out of here. Yeah, I see you guys. Don't sneak out of here. Oh gosh, you can stand up. Don't worry. All right.
People, wow.
Okay, leave. Go away. All right. And the Billy D. Williams panel for you.
Well, My brother's my biggest man. It's great. Yeah, when I started, I used to love doing impersonations. Honestly, one of the biggest ones I loved doing impersonations for was Lord of the Rings. Kind of weird. Let's see. Hang on, get them out. That's Aaron. Sherlock Parks!
That was pretty good.
Steal the panel there, Zach. Jeez. I've been doing voiceover ever since. Yeah.
At what point for all of you did you realize you could actually do this as a career?
Well, I never made money doing Lord of the Rings impersonations. Yeah, when I started doing auditions and, I don't know. The first time I got a job, I was like, oh, I actually make money doing this. Even though my parents were like, that's a stupid profession. Yeah, I guess once you get your first paycheck, that kind of...
It makes it a lot nicer. Oh, I get paid.
I'd like to interject something here, what you were saying. One of my first auditions was at Hanna-Barbera for Scooby-Doo, and my wife drove me over there because I'd had a knee operation, and she sat there, and Joe Barbera said, well, this is a talking dog, can you do that? And I went, no, I just like that. She drove me home, and she said, is this what you do for a living?
So when you guys are taking on a role or developing a role, do you go in there for your audition with a character you've already developed, or do you take feedback from the producers and develop the character at that point? Or is it a combination of both?
It really depends.
Both.
Yeah.
I'll say both. Why not? Play both sides.
Some characters just develop over time and they play them more and more. There's more levels to them and they really grow. Oh, sorry. They grow over time, but some of them you just kind of, from the start, you just kind of know what's going on with it.
Well, like Dana, I read you received a phone call, you were Master Shake after that. Then
I what?
I heard
Terrible hearing.
I had read that you had received a phone call, and during that phone conversation, by the end of it, you would become Master Shake.
Oh, whoever wrote that was a liar. I auditioned. I did it over the phone. I called them on the phone. And then they somehow erased it before they, wow. The ironic voiceover panel, two of us at least do not know how to use the mic.
Not the only one.
Yeah, this table, our table section here. But yeah, they erased it, and then I had to call back again the next day and do it all over again. Then they erased it again. This is how Adult Swim works, though, you understand? It's like, you know, it's a lot of that stuff, you know, string and duct tape holding everything together. Especially back then, that was like, you know, they got Hollywood type shows with superstars, but what was the question? Yeah, no, I called the phone. The phone called me and I got the part.
Now, Zach, you were the original voice of Finn.
Yeah.
And Jeremy took it over for the series.
Sorry. Oh, we have some,
two more guests.
It just got more interesting, folks, because that guy in the green hat is walking in right now. Yeah, that guy. Well, right behind him.
Radio host. He's best known for his work on Thundercats as the voice of Lion-O. And viewers everywhere know him as the voice of Sonny the Cuckoo Bird and Count Chocula, Mr. Larry Kenney. He's had his head blown off by John Travolta in Pulp Fiction. Played Cowboy Curtis in the Pee Wee Herman Show on Broadway. And was a member of the Mad TV ensemble for several years. He's guest starred on dozens of TV shows, and he's voiced dozens of instantly recognizable characters and celebrities. He's Hermes from Futurama.
Holy shit. Told you. You were right, dude. You called it. Woo! Nice. That's fucking dope.
Okay, we just said one little thing.
yeah, feel free. Oh, we're lucky we had just enough mics.
Nothing, apparently. We're going to see how silent we can be in this room for a while. P.S. What are you filming on back there? You got a HD flat screen TV or something? Stand up. Let people see that. Hold that up. It's like your closed circuit security camera or something on there. You know they got cameras on phones now too. Great, it's like 720p HD. Phil's mic isn't working. I'll just talk to our computer guy again. So, did you get Adele? What do we got? Streaming.
Okay. We're doing something that I don't think has ever been done before. We are going. This will be fun. We're going to be performing an episode of Seinfeld. Hey, welcome, Phil. That'll be fun. Playing Jerry will be Jeremy as Finn from Adventure Time.
Come on.
Is this really happening?
I don't
Playing
believe it.
George will be Phil as Hermes from Futurama. Playing Kramer will be Dana as Master Shake. And playing Elaine will be Skeletor himself. This is the episode that takes place in a Chinese restaurant where they're waiting. The guest cast will be filled out by Larry and Zach, who will be portraying several different characters. And we're ready to go.
Do we get intro music or something?
I'll do it.
Talk to my agent.
Okay, so we're gonna get started on this. This is the episode called The Chinese Restaurant. And everyone remember Seinfeld? It's a show about a stand-up comedian about nothing. About nothing. Okay, well, I don't know. Is the music coming? You want the music, or should we just begin? Okay. Interior, Chinese restaurant, dinner time, a crowded Sunday night. Jerry, George, and Elaine enter. We see a podium with a sign next to it. Please wait to be seated. They're in the middle of a conversation and they approach the sign.
Well, they just have to force more cups on the force. It's as simple as that.
Cops. I don't even care about cops. I want to see garbage men everywhere. That's much more important. All I want to see are garbage trucks, garbage men, and garbage cans. We're never going to stop crime. We should at least be clean.
What they should do is combine the two jobs. Make it one job, cop/garbage man. I always see cops walking around with nothing to do. Grab a broom, start sweeping. You sweep, stop the crime, get back to sweeping. This way, they're always busy. Some crimes they'll solve, some crimes they won't. They're always sweeping, constant sweeping.
You should run for mayor.
Nobody listens.
Where is someone? I'm starving.
I think that's him over there.
The host, Bruce, appears at the podium. He's Chinese, speaks with an accent in the mid-40s.
Is there a table ready?
I think that's my line. So I repeat, is there a table?
Is there a table ready? This is your second chance.
Not my line. I thought I was Bruce. That's Bruce's line. Oh, I
In voiceover, that's called doing the math.
Oh, man.
Let's go back and give you the right feed.
Thanks.
Is
Take
there a
two.
table ready?
How maybe?
Is she coming?
I have to call Tatiana and tell her where we are.
Tatiana, how's it going with her?
I'm very lucky that she's even considering seeing me at all.
Really? I thought things were going okay.
They were. It's very complicated.
What is it?
George indicates he can't talk now.
All right. 4
first, Seinfeld. Bruce looks at the list.
5, maybe 10 minutes.
What do you want to do?
Let's go somewhere else. I'm too hungry.
I want to go to that Thai place on 9th Avenue.
I don't like Thai.
As my father would say, they don't give you anything.
So, what are we doing?
Let's just stay here. We don't have that much time anyway if we're gonna make a movie.
Okay, I will call Tatiana. Where's the phone?
George moves away.
Tatiana!
The phone is directly across from them. A well-heeled man is talking on it. He's pure GQ in the most obnoxious way.
Are you going to be long?
Lashbook 4.
The Lashbrooks get up.
Did I do a terrible thing tonight?
You mean lying to your uncle?
I couldn't have dinner with him. Plan 9 from outer space, one night only on the big screen. My hands are tied.
George returns, still looking at the man on the phone.
You know, it's a public phone. You're not supposed to just chit-chat.
Jerry, get menus so we can sit down and be able to order right away.
I can't look at a menu now. I have to be at the table.
He knows I'm waiting. He sees me. He doesn't even want to look.
Everything's got to be just so all the time with you.
I offered you that cookie in my house.
Oh, elf cookies. I hate those little dustboard fructose things.
I just cannot believe the way people are. What is it with humanity? What kind of a world do we live in?
Jerry's eyes suddenly lock on the woman at the table.
What?
There's a woman over there who looks really familiar. Dark hair, striped shirt.
I've never seen her before.
I know this woman. This is gonna drive me crazy.
A party of 4 comes up behind.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They walk past Jerry, Elaine, and George right to the host. They're immediately escorted to a table.
What was that? Did you see that?
What?
Those people, they just came in.
Where?
Over there. They're getting a table.
They must have been here from before.
No, they weren't here.
Bruce returns to his podium.
Are you going to be much longer? I gotta make a very important call.
The phone man looks at George uncomprehendingly and returns to his conversation. Elaine approaches the host.
Jerry, find out what's going on.
Okay.
Elaine and Jerry approach Bruce.
Excuse me, didn't those people just come in? I believe we were ahead of them.
What is your name?
Seinfeld?
No, they here before. Kekic, too.
Just come from behind.
You ever notice how happy people are when they finally get a table? They feel so special that they've been chosen. It's enough to make you sick. Now, this is a good table. I wonder what the specials are. Look at those 3 idiots. Oh, wait. They're so smugly superior. Can't you sense that?
Boy, you are really hungry.
Jerry and Elaine move back to their positions. George is still locked on the phone guy.
Hey!
The man turns, looks at George, and continues talking.
Hey, if anything happens here, can I depend on you?
What?
You know, if we decide to go at it.
Yeah, I want to be with you in a rumble.
I have to get in touch with Tatiana. Look at his little outfit. So coordinated. The little socks match the little shirt. Oh, I really hate this guy.
I'm gonna faint.
Who's that woman in the stripes?
I don't know her.
She looks so familiar.
It's not fair that people are seated first come, first served. This should be based on who's the hungriest. As soon as you come into the restaurant, they should test you with some sort of breathalyzer that measures hunger. I feel like you're just walking over and taking some food off somebody's plate.
I'll tell you what. There's $50 in it for you if you do it.
What do you mean?
Walk over to that table, pick up an egg roll, don't say anything. Eat it right in front of me. Say, thank you very much, and walk away. I'll give you $50.
What are they going to do?
They won't do anything. In fact, if you did that, you would be giving them a story to tell for the rest of their lives. Of that magical night in the Chinese restaurant and the mysterious, beautiful girl who ate their egg roll.
$50, huh? You'll give me $50?
$50. That table over there, the 3 couples.
Okay, so let me get this straight. All I have to do is go over to that table and eat one of their egg rolls in front of them, and you'll give me $50?
$50.
Because I want to go over there and do it, and then come back and find out there was some little loophole that I didn't put mustard on it or something.
No tricks.
Should I do it, George?
For $50, I'd put my face in their soup and bloom.
All right. Hold this.
She steels herself as she prepares to defy a social law, millions of years old, private ownership of food. She approaches the table. There are 3 elderly couples. She talks like a ventriloquist, trying not to move her lips.
I know this sounds crazy, but the 2 men who are standing by the door are giving me $50 if I stand here and eat your egg roll. I'll give you $25 if you let me do it.
What?
Hey, what's he saying?
What are you saying? Who is she? I can't understand.
Elaine totally caves in, does an about-face and slinks back. Jerry and George are laughing and applauding.
Well, what happened?
Do you see that?
What were you telling them?
I offered them 25. They had no idea.
George, the phone's free.
Hallelujah!
What's the matter with your leg?
I think I put my hamstring when I stayed in that hotel in Boston. You know how they tuck in the bed corners in hotels? I can't sleep all tucked in like that. I feel like a mental patient. So I was trying to kick the covers out, but I could not get them out. I don't know what they did down there, but I'm kicking and I'm kicking. I couldn't get it out. It was like a camp joke. Then all of a sudden, snip! Pulled it.
George turns, but a woman beats him to the phone by the thinnest of margins.
Excuse me, I've been waiting here.
Where? I didn't see you.
I've been standing here for 10 minutes, you crap.
Well, I won't be long.
That's not the point. The point is, I was here ahead of you.
She puts her corner and ignores him completely. She starts to dial.
You know, we are living in a society. We are supposed to act in a civilized way.
George turns to Jerry and Elaine.
Does she care? No. Does anyone ever care about the needs of another person? No. Does anyone ever display the slightest sensitivity towards the problems of a fellow individual? No. A resounding no.
Right on cue, he stopped with the first phone guy who's on his way out.
Hey, sorry that took so long.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
How do people fast? Did Gandhi get his crazy? Walk around and see what dishes look good.
I told Malcolm I had a stomachache tonight. Think you bought that?
Stomachache. That's what I told Tatiana last week. Boy, was that embarrassing.
What happened?
It was a tragic collision of basic human needs. I shouldn't even tell you.
Come on.
Well, okay, you know, we've been dating a while, right? Things have been going pretty well.
Sure.
So after dinner last week, she invites me back to her apartment.
I'm with ya.
She had this little place with this little bathroom. It's like right there. It's not even down a little hall or in an alcove, you understand? I mean, there is no buffer zone. So we start to fool around. This is our first time, and it's early in the going, and I begin to perceive this impending intestinal requirement, whose needs are about to surpass by great lengths anything in the sexual realm. So I knew I had to stop. But as it's happening, I'm thinking, even if I can somehow manage to extricate myself from the proceedings momentarily and relieve this unstoppable force I'm talking about, I know that the bathroom is not going to provide me with the privacy I know I'm going to need to resolve what is sure to be not a single episode, but more of a mini-series. So there I am, faced with the question, to go or not to go.
This really could only happen to you.
No, so finally, I actually had to stop what would normally be the climactic event of the evening and say, Tatiana, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but perhaps it would be best if I left.
You told her this after?
Oh no! During.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
So, as I am dressing, she's staring at me, struggling to compute this unprecedented turn of events. Now, I don't know what to say to reassure this woman, and worst of all, I don't even have the time to say it. The only possible excuse she might have accepted would be if I told her that in reality, I am Batman. And I'm very sorry, but I just saw the bat signal. Man, it took me 3 days of phone calls to get her to agree to see me again. And now she is waiting for me to call. And this one's still talking.
Elaine returns.
I hate this place. I'm never coming back here again. I don't know why we came here.
Who is that woman?
Remember when we first went out to eat with your parents? It was this special treat. You know, you go and they serve you this different food that you never saw before, and they put it in front of you, and it was all so delicious and special. And now I wish I was just a big sweaty hog with my snout buried in a giant aluminum trough.
That woman just looked over here.
Should I wave? What if I don't know her? What if it's just some actress on TV? Then I look like a huge idiot.
When we walk by, just give her a long look.
Yeah, just long enough for her boyfriend to get a punch in the mouth.
Oh, the woman's off the phone.
George moves to the phone.
Jerry, talk to the guy again.
What am I gonna say?
Don't tell him we have to catch a movie, that we're late.
Mr. Cohen, a 40-ish gorillas expansive country club type, approaches the podium.
Hey, what stinks in here?
Oh, Mr. Cohen. Haven't seen you in a couple of weeks.
I've been looking for a better place. No.
Where is your wife?
Why, you gonna take her off my hat?
No, Mr. Cohen. She's beautiful. You look good away. You want table?
No, just bring me a plate and I'll eat here.
Come on now, what was that? That guy just walked right in.
Maybe he's a part owner.
This isn't fair.
Jerry and Elaine approach Bruce again.
Excuse me, we've been waiting here, and I know we're ahead of that guy. He just came in.
No, Mr. Cohen. He's always here.
He's always here. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Oh, Mr. Cohen, he's a very nice man. He lives on Park Avenue.
Bruce walks away.
Rabbi, is this a dream? What in God's name is going on here?
George returns, stricken.
She's not there. She left. She must have waited and left. Because those people would not get off the phone.
Did you leave her a message?
Yeah, I told her to call me here and to tell whoever answers to ask for a balding, stocky man with glasses. I better tell him I'm expecting a call.
Jerry, here comes that woman.
Where do I flippin' know her from?
Hi, Jerry.
How are you doing?
How is everything?
Good. What's going on?
Working hard. And you?
You know, same stuff. Around doing the do.
Bet you haven't been around in a while.
I know. Well,
You know, you should come by.
definitely. I totally plan to. Not just saying that.
Elaine has been within earshot approaches. Jerry maneuvers himself to block her from the rain. To avoid making an introduction he cannot make, Elaine circumnavigates the barrier and sticks her hand out.
Hi, I'm Elaine.
Lorraine. Catalano.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lorraine. This is Elaine.
Well, it was nice seeing you, Jerry. Nice meeting you, too, Elaine.
Nice meeting you, Lorraine.
She exits.
Oh my glob, Lorraine! It's Lorraine from my uncle's office. I'm in big trouble.
The one you broke the plans with tonight?
Yeah, she works in his office. Now she's gonna see him tomorrow and tell him she saw me here. He's gonna tell his wife. His wife's gonna call my mother. Oh, this is bad. You don't know the chain reaction of calls is gonna set off. New York, Long Island, Florida. It's like the Bermuda Triangle. Fortunately, nobody disappears. First my uncle, to my aunt to my mother to my uncle to...
Act 2.
my cousin to my sister, my sister to me.
Well, you just should have had dinner with your uncle tonight and got it over with. It's only a movie.
You don't understand. This isn't the plans through 8 from outer space. This is Plan 9. This is the one that worked. The worst movie ever made.
I'm looking forward to it.
And I got news for you. If we're making this, we have to get a table immediately.
Look, let's stop fooling around here. I think we just slip him some money.
In a Chinese restaurant with a guy who sounds Russian? Did they even take money?
Did they take money? Everyone takes money. With a guy who did it all the time. You just give him $20.
Jeremy? $20? Isn't that a little excessive?
Well, what do you want to give him? Change?
I mean, that's more than a meal.
Oh, will you come on? We'll divide it 3 ways.
Okay, 7, 7, and 6. I'm not gonna eat that much.
I'm counting your shrimp. Okay, who's gonna do it?
Well, no, I cannot do it, no. I'm really not good at that kind of thing. I get all flustered. I'll choke.
Well, I guess it's you, Jeff.
Me? What about you?
No, I can't do what I do. It's a guy thing.
The women's movement just can't seem to make any progress in the world of bribery, can they?
Give me the money.
Jerry takes out a 20.
Here.
What do I do?
Jerry hands Elaine the money.
Just hold it up like this. So we can see the number and say, if there's anything you can do to get us a table, we'd really appreciate it. Wink.
Get ready to order.
Elaine approaches the host. She clenches the money in her fist and stands in front of him for a moment, nodding uncomfortably.
How's it going?
Oh, very peaceful.
Oh, we're really anxious to sit down.
Special tonight.
She reveals the money.
If there's anything you can do to get us a table, I'd really appreciate it.
Your name?
I want to eat now.
Whole us tonight. Very good.
Here, take this. I'm starving. Take it.
Listen, 4. Sorry, I interrupt your stage collection.
Bruce is puzzled for a minute and takes the money just as the denizens approach the podium.
Medicine, 4.
I want that table. Here, take it.
Your table is ready.
He leaves, followed by the denizens. Elaine looks at the denizens, then puts back her hand. In disbelief, defeated, she heads back.
Did you see that? He just took the money. He didn't give us a table.
You lost the 20?
You didn't make it clear.
Make it clear.
What a sorry exhibition that was. All right, let me get the money back.
Jerry goes to the host station.
Excuse me, sir. I realize this is extremely embarrassing, but my friend here apparently made a mistake and inadvertently gave you a $20 bill. It was really just a misunderstanding, so if you wouldn't mind.
Your name?
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld. Oh, Seinfeld. 4.
No. See that girl over there with the long hair? Do you remember?
Oh, yes. Beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. Is that your girlfriend?
Well, actually, we did date for a little while, but that's really not relevant.
Oh, relationship very difficult. Stay together, yeah.
Alrighty then. Listen, how much longer is this going to be?
Your name? Seinfeld. Oh, 5-10 minutes.
Jerry heads back to George and Elaine.
So?
You owe me $6.
$6? Yeah, $6 if you go to the table.
So, when are we going to eat?
Anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes?
We should have left earlier. I told you.
Well, I don't see any way we can eat and still make this movie now.
I have to eat.
Maybe we should just order to go and eat it in the cab.
Eat in a cab? Chinese food in the cab?
Well, then let's eat it in the movie.
Where do you think you're going? You think they have big picnic tables there?
Oh, so what do you suggest, Martin?
Well, I say we leave now. Go to Jetburger and scarf them down.
I'm not going to Jetburger. Besides, in the opposite direction. Let's just eat popcorn or something.
That's right.
I can't have popcorn for dinner. I have to eat.
That's right.
They have hot dogs there.
Oh, movie hot dogs. I'd rather lick the food off the floor.
Well, you wanted to go to Jetburger.
That's different. I love Jetburger.
I can't go anyway. I have to wait for Tatiana's call. Here, let me check.
George approaches the podium.
Excuse me, I'm expecting a call. Costanza.
Oh, yes. Somebody just called. I call out Cartwright, just like that. And nobody came out. There you go.
Wait, was it for Costanza?
Yes, that's it. Nobody
Was it a woman?
Yes, you say curse word. I hang up.
George walks back to Jerry Lane.
She called. He yelled, Cartwright! I missed it.
Who's Cartwright?
I'm Cartwright.
You're not Cartwright.
Of course I'm not Cartwright. Why don't you two just go? I'm really not in the mood.
Me either. I'm going to Jetburger.
So, you're not going?
No, you don't need us.
You can't see a bad movie by yourself. What am I supposed to make sarcastic remarks to strangers? I guess I'll just go over to my uncle's.
Should we tell him we're leaving?
What for? Let's just get the hell out of here.
They leave.
Seinfeld! 4.
I was doing a lot of reacting, which is an important part of acting is also reacting, so I hope you were able to drink me in during some of this incredible reaction. It's more important part than just acting.
Show about nothing.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to do something special. We're going to have everybody sign these scripts. We're going to give them out to some people in the audience.
Woo!
Every page.
No.
While they're doing this, let's answer some questions. Yes, sir.
On what?
Anybody understand that question?
Can't hear.
Creators' rights? I believe all who create should have the right to create, and the right to profit from what they create. They're not. They're not different universes. They're just in different points in time.
Sort of like the Flintstones and the Jetsons.
He was asking about, apparently it's his panel. So he's asking about the Simpsons Futurama crossover, which we just recorded. That's going to be an episode of The Simpsons probably next season. No, it's a time travel episode. It's time travel. There's no cross-dimensionality. Okay, we're going to move on.
Yeah, reading with questions over there. I just want to point that out.
You ain't even raising your hand, man.
You're the best.
Oh, stand up, bestie. Let's see. Oh, Venture Brothers, right? Yeah. Very good.
Oh, he's greedy too.
Sure, I'll tell you about all of the shows. There's explosions, excitement, the Venture Brothers, they're robots. Spoiler alert, it all takes place on Venus. It's not on Earth. And it's the whole next season of Venture Brothers will be live action, starring George Clooney and Jim Carrey as the two Venture Brothers. And wait a minute. Come on, these can't hear me. The streaming guy is going to pick up this important answer. Yeah, I don't know who else is playing. The Doctor is being played by Senator Barbara Boxer, and that's the spoiler.
Okay, how about any other questions? From this side of the room, maybe. In front row, the yellow.
Finn is very adventurous.
Oh wait, you want to hear the question, right? She said,
All right.
I'll talk for her. Hey! This is how she said.
Dear Miss Shada, you're a lot like Finn, but what I really like him, and I love you, and I want us to get married. And
It's uncanny. It's uncanny.
That's amazing. He's such
It's
a
like a young French Ravelina.
Finn is very adventurous. I am very not adventurous. Kind of a bum fest, huh? Finn loves meatloaf. I hate meatloaf.
All right, we're going to give out 2 questions. And the people who ask these questions are each going to receive a signed script. So, if you want to ask a question, get an opportunity to win a sensory.
Oh, yeah.
Raise your
Who,
hand, stand up. Just raise
That guy, Mario. Yeah, Mario.
Come on. That's it.
Oh, he was.
All right, I think we'll go with Lionel. Now, the question has to be good.
Oh, Lionel.
This would be a good question.
Oh, wow.
Can I just interrupt 1 second? If you really want people to notice you, have Chitara stand up with you.
Yes, she's a nurse in the ER in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Oh, a doctor.
Wow.
Woo! ER trauma. Because I said my mom was doing it.
I believe the question was, what do you guys do between gigs?
Look for more gigs.
So true. Okay, another question.
Going to Haven Brothers.
Who's picking?
You know, we're going to let LaMarr pick it. Oh.
Better be good. I put myself on the line. I don't know. If I could do, I might have said this, if I could do all of my characters like in 1 week, then it might be possible to pick one. But the thing is, they all came at different points in my career at different times. Sometimes the show was amazing, sometimes the cast was amazing. You know, sometimes neither. But the part was great. It's really, really hard. I mean,
I really like your morality in Samurai Jack. I love doing it.
well, that Samurai Jack was a fantastic show. I said like, I said 12 words in 4 years.
Phil, can I tell him my favorite character of yours? White guy number 1 in Family Guy. I don't know why. I love it.
Pinky. Yeah, that's right. Oh, wait, sorry. Don't worry, I'll repeat her question in the exact way she asked.
Wait 1 minute. You're next. I swear. But don't tell me. Ask your question, not the same.
She had a question for you.
Yeah, let's do this. Everyone ask your question right now. All right, now we'll answer.
Speed round.
Well, I'm good.
All right, we have literally for about 2 more questions.
I have an answer.
No. Wait, Zach, the question was for Zach, how did he get into music? Go.
Okay, so when I was about 9 years old, I wanted to be a musician, and I just went from there. I started playing guitar, I started trying to do piano. None of them very well, so I decided to sing, and I was tone deaf, but I practiced for a long time, and I got good at it. And then I started writing songs and producing, and I've been doing it ever since.
That's all you have to do. He's found it.
There you go, people. If you're tone deaf, you can sing too.
All right, Pinky's next.
Pinky's next.
Pink shirt.
What's in practice?
That's right, stand up.
My best Finn impression? So should I do an impression of myself doing Finn, or should I just do Finn?
Do the impression.
Oh, okay.
Oh my glove!
Not buying it. Not buying it.
All right, Robert. Yeah, stuck back there.
What the F is a self-image?
I think you got a question.
Slam a cow! Hey, that's mine too. Slam a cow!
Mark Manwich!
Thunder! Thunder! Thunder!
I said lift off like 30 times in the movie Space Chimp. I guess that.
Lift off!
All right, last question. The gentleman with the beard and mustache, no teeth.
Everyone in this room has a beard mustache. Or a Van Dyke.
Van Dyke.
Crucial to have an agent.
Yeah.
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 I think we do about 10% better than the agent.
Yeah, without agents, I don't think I would have gotten any job.
Yeah, you wouldn't know about them, really, I guess.
Craigslist, maybe?
Yeah, because most of the animation stuff, certainly in LA, they go to the agents looking for the actors. They rarely will pick an actor off the street because they don't know. Like, if you just get a tape, you don't know how long that person worked on those 2 minutes. Like, I spent 3 years to make 2 minutes, and that's how long it'll take to make your cartoon. It'll take me 3 years. Nobody really wants that.
They want my excited puppy voice. I must, in fact, dress up like an excited puppy. Run around for a while before I do it.
He's a method actor.
That's right.
I once heard there was an engineer who told me a story. Some Russian money had come for an animated feature, and they wanted Sharon Stone to do a voice. And Sharon Stone had a speech, and at one point in the speech, her character does a twirl, and Sharon needed to twirl. So they had to mic the studio in the round so they could record her line as she. And mind you, she's not twirling through the entire speech.
It's just that one.
There's one twirl in the speech.
Oh, that's amazing.
She has an agent.
Scene.
That's how she got those mics.
Yeah, that's right.
Unfortunately, we're out of time. Please, all of these gentlemen are at their own individual tables this weekend. Please go down and see them. Check out
Woo! Woo!
Can I say one thing? It's a shameless, there's a show, wow, it's like the Oscars. Easy, come on.
It's an honor just to be nominated.
There's a show on Nickelodeon tonight, it's premiering. You should all watch it, it's called The Thundermans. I play the voice of a stupid rabbit in a cage. It's coming on tonight for the first time, so turn it on and don't watch it, but just turn it on.